Something I noticed when I met the Feurbringers is that they live by values, and strong values, guide a family to a good place. And I think that's something that our modern society loses touch with a bit, is integrity and values. And you told me this story about a hill to die on, and that was part of the reason that you came out here. And I thought that was a really beautiful little story. Would you mind sharing?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. So I mean, Em and I, we, as we sort of decided to, try to make our way in this world and maybe ditch the 9 to 5 in favor of, maybe another mechanism and means of just building a life, right? I mean, I think that it's more about choices and freedom, and unfortunately freedoms are very expensive. That really guided our hand to the point where we actually moved, more urban. We were living in South Surrey and then living in White Rock on the beach and that kind of existence. And we have a rule in our house called the Hill to Die On rule.
Yeah.
And really it originated as a way to help the girls, stop arguing about dishes and stuff like that, because, we noticed, as sisters do, we noticed that they were fighting. And so I'd walk over and be like, wow, for two people that love each other as much as you, this must be a serious problem. So you just go sit down. And clearly this is a hill to die on, so dad's going to do this. And they have a conscience, and maybe if they weren't as nice as they were, the kids would be like, sweet. But they have a conscience, and they're like, oh, no, dad's fine. And so it actually just kind of grew from there to the point where we have a rule in our house. If one of us calls hill to die on, that means it is extremely important. Like, everybody drops tools, and we do that thing. And so when Sophie was 16 and Elena was 14, we asked them that question. We said, what's your dream for the next few years? Because you're going to be moving out eventually and living your life. What can we do for you? And the girls said, we're sitting in this beach house in White Rock, Canada, on the West Coast. And the girls were like, we want horses. Like, you've got to be kidding me. And so we're like, seriously? And they're like, yeah, that's our dream. And we're like, is this a hill to die on? And they were like, yeah, it's a hill to die on. And so we said, okay. And, we sold the place there, and we bought our first little farm on Vancouver Island, which then led to a second farm on Vancouver Island. And we started learning a lot more about the stewardship and, what it takes to have land and all the rest of it, to the point now where that's actually evolved into what was our dream and is our dream is Blue Rock Ranch, which is where we are now. And we have goals, to realize out here as well. But that really just started because the girls said it was a hill to die on, and that's just a rule in our house. If it's a hill, and that, what I like about it is that people don't get wrapped up over small things.
Yeah.
I think people that call hill to die on every little thing, nobody takes them seriously anymore. Because everything's, exactly. Like they cry wolf all the time.